twisting, turning, off the window and good!
It was the biggest win of the season.
4, 3, 2, the shot clock and expired! Long way!
And we caught all the excitement as we take you on the court
If he makes both, we are fouling when they get over the line.
to listen in to head coach Dan Majerle.
A hell of a job, hell of a gut check. Good team win.
We'll bring you some trick shots, talk some favorite things with women's hoops guard Laura Piera, and catch up with the Havocs as we follow them to Talking Stick Resort Arena for the Colangelo Classic. We're in the heart of Phoenix, and it's all coming up on the Dan Majerle Show.
How about them lobes, huh? We have to start establishing that this is our place. From here on out. Hey, this is what we play for. We're better safe than them. Let's go. Come on, go get it now. Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Dan Majerle Show here on Fox Sports Arizona. Barry Butel alongside the head coach of the GCU Lopes, Dan Majerle. And December is off and running. This tough non-conference schedule began December 1st. Boise State returns the back end of a home-and-home series. You went to double overtime up in Boise territory last year before losing 85-80. But different story.
Yeah, we were hoping for a little payback.
Yeah.
It was a tough game last year there. We had them for most of the game, and they fought bad. Made a 3 at the end of regulation and ended up losing in double overtime. So we were excited to get back here at home and play against a very good Mountain West team. We knew it was going to be a really good game. Although their record didn't show it, they're a very talented team. So we expected it to be tough, and, man, we started off a little slow. And we battled back, and then the second half, they jumped us early again, and I think we were down 11, and we were able to fight back and found a way to win a game in front of another whiteout, a great crowd at GCU Arena. So it was a terrific win for our program.
You mentioned a slow start, but your depth played a big role. 39-13, the bench outscoring Boise State.
Yeah, it really changed the game. Came in defensively, got some steals, did an unbelievable job, and really saved us. Our starters had an off game, but that's what good teams do. They come in, and our bench really performed well.
Carlos Johnson, Matt Jackson, Jared Martin, they outscored Boise State by 18 points when they were on the court. Big story there.
Yeah, Carlos was good, got it going offensively. Jared did what he did. I think he took 3 charges, had a couple blocks. Matt's had a terrific year. Damari played well, so that bench really stepped up when we needed him.
Alessandro started a little bit slow. Obviously didn't score the amount of points that you'd expect him to put in, but you put him back in late in the game and he was decisive.
Yeah, it was tough. Missed a few shots early, and as I said, that big group wasn't playing real well, so I took Michael and him out and just left the other guys in. But when you need a bucket down the stretch, you want to go to your best player, and Ollie's always been our best player, especially down low. And he made a huge basket where he backed the guy down and had a little right shoulder turnaround and shot it off the glass and got that winning basket.
You can't say enough about Matt Jackson. Guys, you didn't really know if he was going to be able to even continue to play with that back, and he's provided some quality minutes for you.
Love it. You know, he's one of my favorite guys on the team. He's been here for 5 years, really battled some injuries, 5 surgeries, back, hips. And to his credit, he's always just fought, and he's a guy that is the glue to our team, him and Jared. So couldn't be happier for a guy who's come in, really worked on his game, and has been really solid defensively, but has picked up his offensive game also.
You know, in the game we had you mic'd up.
How'd that go for you?
It was amazing. There was a lot of editing, but let's check it out.
Just work, but play your game. Be players. This is where you guys get to show what you've worked on. Don't play tentative. Don't play scared. Don't play nervous. Any of that crap. Just go out and play, but play the right way, just like we've been doing. Share the basketball. Let's have a little fun out there. Move the ball. Let's go. Come on.
Lopes on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Let's have a good one. Come on.
Live from the heart and soul of Phoenix, welcome to the campus of Grand Canyon University.
All right, give us somewhere to tip. Let's play hard. Starts down here on the defense. We've had a lot of chatter, a lot of talk. If you break it, fix it. Just play hard. One bad shot, rebound, and let's go. Hey, on makes, if you want, we can get into open or quick. Have some fun. Let's go.
Zach Haney, Oscar Freyer. And we are underway in Phoenix. Edging his way, baseline, back out front, turns it, puts it home.
Here we go, here we go.
Lopes run a 7-0 run, look out, sloppy. Woody.
Got to take care of the ball. Okay, 23 is going to get every steal. He's just going to go for it. Got to be aware of him, okay?
7 on the shot clock, Johnson, Drexel.
4, 3, got to get a shot on. Looks for a long 3. Short.
When you come out that, look to go. You don't have to go. That time you didn't even look and you were wide open. Look to turn it. Okay, always be aggressive. Doesn't mean you have to go, but be aggressive.
Lee Carwell, Frayer. There you go. Just as Scott Williams predicted.
Let's go. Hey, let's go. Out of way, let's go. Out of way, out of way. Be up. Be up.
Boswell fired up. They're filling it up. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
yes. Yeah. Out of way, Drew.
Martin. Woo, he kicked his shoe off. He was so excited.
That's a foul. Hey, that's a foul. It's a foul. Yeah, it was. Flat, G, flat. Matt. Flat.
Johnson up at the scorer's table. Jackson for 3. Good for Matt Jackson.
Read it. If they're reading it, if he's not, give it to him. Get out, and then we have somebody come here. Get out.
Hey, it's hard to find those type of players. Inside, though. How about that? How about that?
Gotta go get it, Ollie, if you have to. Gotta go get it if you have to.
Labor. Wants Frayer. Takes it himself. Backing in. Twisting. Turning. Off the window and good. Holds up by 1.
Coach Marley called a timeout, got one of his best players back on the floor, and they went to him down low.
Hey, we have a timeout if you get in trouble. If we get a steal or whatever, you're in trouble, call a timeout.
Here they come. 4, 3, 2. Driving. Templey. The shot clock and expired. Lopes win. Lopes win. The Lopes win.
Heck yeah, I can sign that thing. It's a victory. Thanks, guys. All right. How about them Lopes, huh?
Well, that's pretty interesting. You get to see Dan Majerle behind the scenes.
Sorry.
There was a lot of tape left on the floor. A lot of editing that took hours, but that gives the fans a little bit behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's
Pretty intense.
It's intense and emotional. It should be. I mean, this is we got a lot of high expectations how we want to play here, and I was a very emotional player as a player, and I'm an emotional coach, and hopefully our guys feed off of that. I think I've actually calmed down in the last couple of years as I've gotten older and continue to coach a little bit. So, but our guys know what they're getting into, and they take it with a grain of salt. They don't really listen to what I say, but not sometimes how I say it, which is a good thing.
You mentioned high expectations. You had it certainly Talking Stick Arena when you take on a top 10 ranked team in Nevada, the Wolfpack, come to town, and boy, you blew out the doors there early. 11-0 run off the first few minutes of the game.
Impressive. You know,
Yeah.
that first team had really struggled opening games, and they took it to task. We had the first 11 points. We opened up with the zone, which was good for us with that big group. Our guys had a great week of practice. We're very fired up to not only play a Talking Stick at an NBA arena, but to play against the number 6 team in the country. So I was proud of them, how they came out. We knew Nevada was going to come back, and they hit us in the mouth pretty hard. And to our credit, we came back and fought and got it to a 2-point game there at halftime. And then with about 2:55 left, it was 62-61. Yeah. Again, we were right there, had a chance to win. I thought we got some really good shots and just didn't find a way to put it in the basket. And then we committed too many fouls. The game was really lost at the free throw line. I think they shot 29 free throws. We shot 8. But that's what they do. They attack the basket. So disappointing loss. I was happy with the way that we competed. But it's time that we start finding ways to win that game.
All right, thanks, Coach.
You got it. Thank you.
What goes into pregame preparations, and how do the Havocs take their show on the road? We catch up with a few when we come back.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
When my hot water heater failed, she was pregnant, in-laws were coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
We called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
USAA. Get your insurance quote today.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
It's that time again. Time to be thankful. Time to be with loved ones. Family Christmas. And family traditions. Now's the time to make room for what's really important. The years go by fast, and the holidays even faster. This is your season. Seize it. GCU's online degree program puts you first, so you can make the most of your time. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University.
They're some of the most unique fans in the nation, and they caught the attention of former Louisville and current Utah Jazz guard Donovan Mitchell.
You played at Duke?
I played at Duke, yes, my freshman year.
So out of all
and that was Ingram, Grayson Allen, Luke Kennard.
How nuts is it playing in that arena?
I'm going to tell you something that might blow your mind.
Give it to me.
It's not the craziest place that I've ever played.
But those people, are they touching you when
Close.
they're doing?
They're close. They're close.
They're not. They're very clear not to touch you.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Grand Canyon University, the craziest.
Which
Grand Canyon University.
Grand Canyon University
in Phoenix, Arizona. The craziest place I've ever played in my life.
Why?
So one thing I was impressed with was the dancers have their own little dance on the stairs, and they do like the little hand motions and little leg. And every single student knew exactly what to do on beat. And I went back and watched the film and watched it.
Not for the game.
No, just to watch the crowd again. They got it on beat. The way they came out to Eminem's "Won't Back Down" by Pink. It was the craziest game ever.
Did you guys beat them?
We won by 5 or 7.
Did the crowd really have a factor?
Yes, 110.
Because I never even heard of Grand Canyon University.
Dwayne Russell, who I'm actually cool with now, he put up 42.
Okay.
And he could hoop. He could hoop too. But that crowd was, yeah. That beats Michigan State, beats at Kentucky, beats, what else we played? At Miami when it was crazy, at Pitt when it was crazy. It beats at Syracuse, it doesn't matter.
Great comments from Donovan Mitchell about the awesome atmosphere at GCU Arena. And that doesn't happen by accident. The Havocs bring their energy every game.
There's so much that goes into just being a Havoc. For me, I think it is the whole community part, just being able to build those relationships with people on the college campus, just because it's such a big campus that you don't get to see everyone all the time. So having that one spot where you guys can all just go and connect and meet each other, I think that's something that's really cool to me as a leader.
We actually started planning for all the game days this summer, and then we meet throughout the week to prepare for each game. We get here around 2:30 p.m. and we start setup for the tailgate, which is completely revamped this year. It's something we worked on all summer to bring all the tailgate games together. GCBC's there, we have food now. So that's all the work we did this summer, and now it's all come together. And then we roll all of the big TIFO banners that we rolled down for the Havoc's intro, and just get everything ready for the big game.
Oh my goodness. The Boise State atmosphere was amazing. It was loud, it was rowdy, we had energy the whole entire game, which is something that if we're winning by 30 points, you don't get that energy all game like we did for the Boise State game. And so just seeing the constant energy and everyone on their feet and cheering, it was unbelievable.
So we definitely try and bring a lot of our traditions. The traditions is really what kind of unifies us as a student section. So we try and bring as many of those as we can on the road because it is a neutral site and we've worked with Talking Stick a little bit. We're not allowed to bring everything that we'd like, but we're still pushing to bring as much as we can.
So we're still bringing our big banners. We have our music still. We're still gonna get everyone pumped up, excited, follow all the cheers. I think that since we're playing such a big team, it's gonna keep everyone rowdy and crazy the whole entire game too. So we have a lot of students who claim tickets to go to that game. So it'll probably just feel exactly the same as the GCU Arena, just probably in a bigger space.
Stick around. When we come back, Lopes insider Paul Coro joins us to discuss how the Colangelo Classic came to be.
You have a foundation of strong values and a clear sense of right and wrong. It makes you bold. It makes you fearless. Inspired to protect and serve. You belong where your passions come to life. Grand Canyon University's online degree program in cybersecurity makes it convenient for you to join the newest front in keeping your community safe. GCU teaches you how to secure and protect a virtual environment. And by applying that knowledge, you'll be able to develop solutions for effective cyber management. Join the growing field of cybersecurity. Lead a life of pride and courage, where patriotism and family are admired.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice. Came through drippin', drip, drip. Came through drippin'.
Mountain Dew Ice, a clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
The Tam Dam now. We've got the Oswald fired up. They're filling it up. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. Martin. Woo, he kicked his shoe off. He was so excited.
I don't know if Mama's going to like that one. She's like, what the heck is he doing out there?
That kid how to tie his shoes.
You know, I think what happens is when he goes down, it's kind of loose, and then he jumps up so quickly, the shoe comes right off his foot there.
Welcome back to the Dan Majerle Show. Barry Butel alongside Lopes insider Paul Coro as we break down GCU men's basketball a bit here off the top. Let's talk about a really tough non-conference schedule. It began really at that Wooden Legacy Classic, tough matchups there against Seton Hall and the like, LaSalle, Utah. That rolled into a back end of a home-and-home series against Boise State.
Yeah, the whole thing, really, if you look at the totality, is their toughest non-conference schedule yet. They get a great feel for top competition and like a tournament-type style. When they went to Wooden, that's very much like the WAC. They get a quality opponent here, but most of this is by going places. The neutral site game against Nevada, having these road games coming up at Texas and Northern Iowa, and returning to USD, a team that's off to a great start and had won at GC Arena last year. So all this is really getting them ready for the WAC, but also bringing them to another level. You saw how they played against Nevada and tested them for 40 minutes like most teams haven't this year. Nevada's a team that's been beating teams by an average of 20, and the Lopes had them on the ropes.
You know, one thing, though, has been a constant with all of those games has been the support. And the Havocs, again, they've shown up just about any place, whether it's Cal State, Fullerton, at GCU Arena, or even downtown.
Yeah, one thing in Fullerton that kept coming up is people kept commenting about the crowd, and that was consistent down to the Talking Sticker Resort Arena, where the Havocs were lined up at 7 in the morning. Lopes were playing at 3:30. You know, they missed breakfast and lunch to see this thing, and it was a great atmosphere. You know, the purple seats turned into purple people, and the whole southern end, it very much felt like a home game. You heard Jordan Caroline from Nevada saying, you know, neutral site, quote unquote. He felt it was like a difficult place to play. Musselman's like, gosh, what did I do to my team?
Talk about GCU joining that group of top 10 teams: Tennessee, Gonzaga, Nevada. Jerry Colangelo Classic. How did it all come about?
Yeah, right there you said it. Jerry Colangelo, his name's on the event, the inaugural Air Force Reserve Jerry Colangelo Classic, and every one of those coaches talked about how they have so much respect for Jerry Colangelo to be involved in an event that has his name attached. Mark Few, Rick Barnes, they all said, and of course Dan Majerle's always going to want to be involved with anything to do with Mr. Colangelo because he feels so indebted to everything he's done for him with the Phoenix Suns and here.
Non-conference schedule continues. Travel to Austin, Texas, take on a Texas team that knocked off North Carolina. They did lose 3 straight before beating Purdue, but then they follow that up with a trip up to Iowa to take on Northern Iowa.
Yeah, Northern Iowa will be a really tough place to play. Now you get another chance at a Power 5. The Lopes have shown it, like Seton Hall, they take to the limit. This Nevada game, they showed that they can play with anybody in the nation. Another chance to do it here with the Horns.
Thanks, Paul.
All right.
Stick around on the Dan Majerle Show. Up next, we take you to the women's hoops team for a little this or that.
Curiosity fuels you. So when you're ready for a fulfilling new career, let your curiosity fuel that change. Grand Canyon University's online degree programs in technology make it convenient for you to achieve your dream. GCU teaches you how to plan for innovation. By applying that knowledge to today's most challenging problems, you're helping to build a better tomorrow. Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
We have been the experts in clean since 1945. We help businesses keep their facilities cleaner, healthier, greener, and safer. We are passionate about what we do and are committed to making your workplace environment the cleanest and healthiest it can be.
I'm Laura Piera and this is This or That.
Bowling or mini golf?
Bowling.
Downtown or beach?
Downtown.
Puppies?
No.
Downtown or beach?
Beach.
Puppies or kittens?
Puppies.
Manicure or pedicure?
Manicure.
Walk or scooter?
Scooter.
Fridays or Saturdays?
Saturdays.
Burrito or burrito bowl?
Burrito. What it means, burrito?
Burrito or burrito bowl?
Burrito bowl.
Music or podcasts?
Podcast.
Bowling or beach?
Beach.
Puppies or manicure?
Puppies.
Scooter or Saturdays?
Saturdays.
Burrito bowl or podcasts?
Podcast.
Beach or puppies?
Beach.
Saturdays or podcasts?
Saturdays.
Beach or Saturdays?
Beach.
Laura Piera and the Lady Lopes head out on the road for their next 4. First to Long Beach State for a battle with the 49ers. Then up the California coast to Santa Clara on December 20th. Conference play begins January 3rd at Utah Valley, and then on to Seattle University, where the Lopes hope to extend their win streak to 4 against the Red Hawks. Coming up on the Dan Majerle Show, some trick shots you'll want to see.
As a teacher, your calling was always to make a difference and positively impact the future. You live with a deep sense of purpose and strive to inspire generations of change. GCU's online Masters of Education degree program gives you the skills you need to grow and develop your career, while also making sure you have time for yourself and your family. Today, you can learn anywhere and anytime, giving kids a look into the technological advances that pushed you forward. Being strong and compassionate makes you a role model through this formative period in their lives. You're not just inspiring future generations of leaders and innovators to reach for their dreams, you're giving them the tools they need to achieve them.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
I can laugh
Thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Hey, 2 years in a row, baby. I tell you what, it gets easier and easier every year, boys.
Welcome back to the Dan Majerle Show. We have one final segment with the coach. Have you heard about the trick shots, the student managers? Travis was up on the upper deck, GCU Arena. He nailed it. I don't know how many tries. Bryce Wheeler, have you heard about Bryce Wheeler, the shot from midcourt? Have you seen that one? I mean, I know you got
I don't know any
a
of
lot
our
of free
managers'
time.
names. I don't let them look me in the eye. But now I know why our towels are dirty and our uniforms stink. So maybe they're taking too long of a deal making trick shots. But I have seen Travis's shot from the top of the arena, so it is pretty impressive. And all I know is that our managers did lose the manager game to Boise State. So maybe they should just work on the 15-footer instead of the trick shots.
Whoa. Calling out the student managers.
Well, this is about winning at GCU.
That's true. The expectations are a
if
lot
you're
higher.
The team or the managers, you got to win.
How about talking about winning? You got this non-conference schedule continues. Texas on Saturday, then up to Chile, Iowa.
Yeah, it'll be another tough trip. Texas is obviously a very good team. They just beat Purdue. They've had some up and downs. Probably lost to teams that they weren't expected to lose to, so I don't think we're going to sneak up on anybody, especially after the way we've been able to challenge some other teams. So I'm excited to go to Austin and play against Texas. Big fan of Shaka Smart, know him pretty well. So that'll be another test for our team. That's a very long, athletic team. So it'll be another great test. And then Northern Iowa, not having a great year, but that's always a great atmosphere. And as you said, it's going to be a tough place to get to. So that'll be a true test for our guys on the road swing, and Northern Iowa will give us all we can handle.
You knew about this, obviously, when you looked at the schedule, and you knew how tough this non-conference schedule was going to be.
I actually made the schedule, so yeah,
well,
I understand.
what was your vision, and why did you want to do it?
Well, we want to test our guys. We've always played really high-ranked opponents since I've been here, but I decided this year that we wanted to go out and test ourselves against the best we can, and we've done a good job of it. And I think it gives our guys a chance to not only test themselves, but find ways to win games and not just stay in games. We're past the point that we want to battle against really good teams. We want to find a way to win, and we haven't been able to do that. But hopefully this will strengthen us for the non-conference or for the conference schedule.
Well, in the spirit of the student managers, how about you give it a shot then, big guy?
Sure.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Yikes to the Dan Majerle Show.
Well, I'm not a manager.